I'm Tony Holman, and I'm the director of Tearing at the Seams. Now, before I get into how we made this documentary, I want to introduce all the crew members. This is Chris. He was the producer / AD / sound recordist for some of the shots. This is George. He was the director of photography. This is Marco, and he's the one that captured all these beautiful behind the scenes shots. Lastly, this is Fernando, and he was the AC / gaffer. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Fernando to let him explain all the gear that we used.
C300 Mark II. We have the Rokinon 35mm lens. We also have the JTZ DP30, which is actually adjustable. It's fantastic. To get signal to everybody else, we have the Mars 400S. We can actually connect it to a phone up to like 4 screens, so that way we can actually keep the social distancing from each other and still be able to see what we have. Oh, sorry. The Nucleus M, so that way we can actually pull focus. We have a focus puller for that. To get the best video quality out of the camera, we're shooting 4K RAW with a Ninja Flame. Sorry, Shogun Flame. So there it is.
And most importantly, we used the RØDE NTG1 to record our sounds. I first met Jesse about a year ago through a mutual friend. He told me his story of how he got kicked out of his house and what having to give up baseball did to his mental state. We started talking more about his life and stuff. I realized that this was a film that I wanted to do.
What's up?
This film's narrative consists of 3 different interview sessions that I've had with him over this past year. Now I'm gonna walk you through how we achieved some of these shots throughout the film.
And that concludes day 1.
For the running shot, we had the camera set up on a tripod and we're shooting out the back window while Jesse chased after the car and Fernando was driving it. Next up for the shot where I had Jesse looking out the window, what I did was I scoped out the location ahead of time and I figured out the exact time where the sun shines through that window perfectly. So once it hit 6 o'clock, that's when I used atmosphere aerosol to haze up the room and shape the light that was coming in through that window. Lastly, for the weightlifting shots, we rented 4 quasars and we mounted them to the ceiling by just taping them up there. And then of course we hazed up the room to give it more atmosphere and give it that grimy look that we were going for.
This is it, where the magic happens.